Hello, thank you for watching this Red Pill Network report. I am Jane and I will be your guide through the awakening. CNN pounces on congressman calling for Fed probe of Seth Rich murder. I am sorry, the insider job. What are you referring to here? Well, see for yourself.
As to whether or not the Russians have been successful in getting U.S. persons involved in the campaign or not to work on their behalf. Again, either wittingly or unwittingly, he went on to say, I saw interaction that raised question in my mind as to what was the true nature of it. That is more than just, the worst part of it. That is what he said over and over again.
Again, he constant questioning. He was unable to point to any specific evidence. And I think that's what we're going to continue to see there. And my fear is our constant focusing on the Russians is deflecting away for some other things that we need to be investigating in. There's still some question as to whether the intrusion at the DNC server was an insider job or whether or not it was the Russians.
What evidence? I'm sorry. What, the insider job, what are you referring to here? Because I hope it's not this information that Fox News just refused to be reporting.
Well, again,
now, unbelievable is the bullshit propaganda they peddle.
What's circulating on the internet? What's circulating on the internet that you think is worthy of a congressional investigation? Because the D.C. police are investigating this, and so far they haven't said there's any there.
Yet the D.C. police nor no federal investigator has ever had a look at the DNC computer. We're relying only on the report of somebody that the DNC contracted to examine their computer rather than having federal officials. To me, we need to let feds look at it.
Congressman, do you think it's responsible to bring up, as a representative of the American people, to bring up things, in your words, that are swirling on the internet, and
Listen,
give it justification as if there's a there when we know nothing on that yet?
I think the same is true with what the media is doing with Trump. We're basing allegations on anonymous sources.
Okay, so do you mean quoting the former CIA director who said, quote, I saw evidence worthy of investigation by the Bureau to determine whether there was cooperation or collusion that was taking place?
I'm going back to the Comey memo. I'm going back to the Comey memo, which is based entirely on anonymous sources. So my overall point is this needs to be fully investigated.
Yes.
Let the professionals investigate it. Let's not try it in the media, which is serving from a distraction for what needs to be done in this country. That's fixing health care. That's getting people back to work. That's fixing taxes. That's securing the border. Instead, we're hearing a constant barrage of anti-Trump, I'm going to call it propaganda.
Well, okay, if the propaganda is coming from the former CIA director, if that's your opinion, you're entitled to it. If the FBI director, James Comey, says he wrote the memos, well, if he says it out loud from his mouth, will that be propaganda?
Again, I want to hear what Comey has to say. I want to hear the facts. I want to hear the information about it.
But to John's question, if the former FBI director, James Comey, says, yes, indeed, I wrote those memos, as we have reported from multiple reliable sources, will that still be propaganda in your mind, Congressman?
No, it won't, but we need to hear the facts and circumstances associated with that memo. And I'll tell you, if he's such a big memo writer, there's some memos from the previous administration in the campaign that I'd like to see as well.
Congressman Blake Farenthold, I think we all agree we want to see people speak.
CNN, the news network that was famously dubbed the very fake news network by President Trump, or as I like to refer the Communist News Network or the Clinton News Network, attacked a Republican lawmaker who called for a federal investigation of the unsolved murder of DNC staffer Seth Rich, and any possible role he may have had in the leaking of Democratic National Committee emails during the 2016 election. The fourth-term congressman noted that the DNC denied the FBI's multiple requests to examine the hacked computers. Instead, the DNC hired a third-party organization, CrowdStrike, to perform an analysis. We are relying only on the report of somebody that the DNC contracted to examine their computer, rather than having federal officials examine them, Farenthold told CNN. To me, we need to let the feds look at it. As WND reported, Rich was murdered July 10, 2016, near his affluent neighborhood in Washington, D.C. He was shot in the back with a handgun at 4:18 a.m. while he walked home, and nothing was taken from him. He was transported to a local hospital and was pronounced dead at 5:57 a.m. on July the 22nd, just 12 days after Rich's death and days before the Democratic Party convention in Philadelphia. WikiLeaks released 20,000 emails from DNC officials. Some have speculated that Rich was the source who provided the DNC emails to WikiLeaks. So far, there appear to be far more questions than answers surrounding Rich's mysterious murder. One private investigator told WNE he has reason to believe the Metropolitan Police Department is hiding key evidence from the public and acting in collusion with the Washington, D.C. mayor to make the investigation go away. Another private investigator probing the case claimed former DNC interim chairwoman Donna Brazile contacted police and Rich's family, demanding to know why the detective was snooping into Rich's death. And a manager at Glass City Bar, where Rich was spotted hours before he was shot and killed, told WND police never interviewed the bar's staff or requested evidence from the establishment, including surveillance video from that night. Thank you for your support, and for watching this report by the Red Pill Network. Please subscribe for daily updates and live streams. Please be kind and share. And be sure to live every day as if it is your last.